Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Vera here, as always, as usual, holding you right down here on this channel, which happens to be the dopest channel on YouTube right now. Am I wrong? Better tell me I'm not wrong. So guys, on today's episode I'll be taking you through the cost of living in Enugu. And as you know, I am an Enugu based YouTuber, so I bring you all the fun content from the coast city state in the southeastern part of Nigeria, West Africa, and all that. So guys, today's I'll be breaking it down for you in details, like in the simplest form, what it takes to live in this city. And if you are looking to relocate, I'll be answering all the necessary questions you would have, because I get emails from people who are either living outside Nigeria or living outside Enugu who are planning to, get into this city and live. So they want to have a clue of what it feels like or what it looks like to live here. And I'm also hoping that you find it very helpful. Even if you don't want to relocate to this place, you will just have an idea of what it feels like to live in Enugu. So I'll be taking you guys along with me, showing you places and explaining everything in details. I tried my best to break down everything into the simplest form. So if you want to find out all about this, keep watching this vlog and remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed and joined the gang. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's get this video started. So guys, if you're planning on relocating to Enugu, the first thing you should consider is housing. Like, it's a general rule of thumb wherever you're going to. If you want to move to a new city, you have to find out first about the housing, how housing is there, if it's expensive, if it's affordable, or if it's just somewhere in the middle. For us to have a clear understanding of it, I categorized areas in Enugu into 3 zones A, B and C. And before we move into the zoning part, I want to clearly state that there are Airbnbs in Enugu. I made a detailed video about one of them on my channel, so look for the link in the description box. There are also very nice, beautiful, luxurious, basic, modest hotels in Enugu. So if you're planning for a short stay, there are Airbnbs for you and there are hotels for you. In Enugu, you can find hotels for as low as 5,000 naira, a very decent hotel at that. You can also find hotels from 100k per night and above, all here in Enugu. So that's why I said there are luxurious hotels and there are modest hotels. So whatever your budget is, you're welcome to the coast city state. We are here for you. Now, talking about the housing, zone A are areas such as Independence Louts, GRAs, Trans Ekulu and the other estates that I showed in my previous vlog. All these highbrow areas. These places are really expensive, and of course they come with their own perks and all that. So if you are looking to live in this place, you should have at least from 700,000 naira to over 1 million naira per year for rent, depending on the size. You can get sometimes 2-bedroom apartments for 700,000 per year. You can also get some duplexes, that is like 5-bedroom apartments for 1 million, 1.5 and all that. So it depends. So if you're looking to live in the zone A part of Enugu, get yourself ready with at least 700,000 naira for rent. Now moving down to zone B, areas in zone B according to me are Acha Layout, Owane and Abwani Road and all that. These areas belong to zone B, and this is where you find a lot of flats, 3-story buildings, 2-story buildings and 1-story buildings. And this area is one of the oldest neighborhood in Enugu. So you find very old buildings here, and you also find very new buildings. So if you are looking to move into an old building that was either renovated or still old, you should be looking at 250,000 per year for 3-bedroom flat. The rent usually go from 15,000 naira per month to 20,000 per month, or slightly above 20,000 naira per month. That is for the old houses in zone B. Then if you're looking for new houses in zone B, then you should be looking for 50,000 naira per month for 3-bedroom flat. Okay, you cannot come and be looking for duplexes in zone B area. So you're going to be a tenant and have other tenants, like 4 or 5, 6 other tenants. You are also going to find self-cons here. Of course, in all the zones there are self-contained apartments, but this is just the range. Now if you're going to zone C are areas that usually have what a lot of people call public houses. They usually consist of houses that are like low houses. You can find a story, the most you can find here sometimes are 1-story building, 2-story building, then like bungalows that are usually shared, like, you know, the face me I face you kind of things. Areas here are like Obiago, some parts of Ababa, some inside part of New Haven, Upper Chime, and then Asata and all that. These are areas under Zone C. Rents here are usually very low because of the amenities you have to share with other people. Sometimes you have to share your bathroom, have to share your toilet, you know, the typical face me I face you thing goes on there. So you can find rent here for as low as 15,000 naira per month, or even 10,000 naira per month, or slightly above, depending on the structure and depending on the owner of the compound. So that is all for housing. So if you're looking to get a nice house in Enugu, you should please have at least 500,000 naira per year for these houses, and then, you know, just make your choice and all that. So that is all for housings in the different zones in Enugu. Now, moving away from housing, the next thing is transportation. So there are like 4 options of movement in Enugu. One is your private vehicle. If you're coming in here with your private car, good for you. You just have to bother about fueling your car. We have Bolt and Opay. These ones operate with their universal rule, where you are charged based on the mileage you go, like how far you go and all that. You have the option of a long bus 608, also known as Gbagba. You'll have the option of a mini shuttle. You also have another choice of keke napep. Then if you're going for 608 and all these places, this is where I get to say that transport in Enugu is quite affordable, because in Enugu you can still pay for transport for as low as 30 naira. Yes, if you're moving from one bus stop to at least the next 3 or 2 bus stops, be sure you're paying at least 30 naira. There are places you go to, you just pay 30 naira to go, and if you haggle a lot, you can just tell the conductor agent change, you give the person 20 naira. Transportation is actually very cheap like that. And in the previous government, it was way cheaper, because there were long shuttles that conveyed people from point A to point Z for just 30 naira flat. Sometimes it was 15 naira flat, but right now that service is no longer available, but transport is still relatively cheap here in Enugu. So you have the options of paying, and here in Enugu you can actually, depending on where you are working or where you are going to, it's possible you spend 200 naira to and fro your destination per day, depending on where you're going to. And for keke, the least you can pay for keke here in Enugu is 15 naira. I've never seen a keke that charges less than 15 naira in any area. The least, the flat rate is 15 naira, although sometimes you can actually haggle your way out and say you and somebody else 17 naira. I've actually done that once. I was somewhere in New Haven, and the place I was going to wasn't even far. We were 2, so I was like, instead of paying 100 naira, let's just pay 17 naira, and the man agreed. So that is how cheap transportation is in Enugu, so bear that in mind. Now, moving away from transport, the next thing is feeding. You have to eat to stay alive and all that. So if you're talking about feeding, foodstuff quite cheap here. Of course, this is not a northern state where they are so cheap. So I'm talking about an eastern state in Nigeria that do not produce a lot of things they use. So we're still getting rice and all those other things from the north and all that. Enugu market still operates within the Nigerian market price system and all that, just with a slight difference. And Enugu also offers you the opportunity to buy directly from the farmers. But if you want to buy from these farmers, you need to go to the market as early as possible. I'm talking about markets like new markets and other strategic markets so far away from the town that you need to go to buy fresh products at a cheaper rate. But if you don't want to cook, if you don't want to stress yourself, we're also prepared for you. And just like I categorize the housing, I'm also going to categorize the eateries we have here in Enugu. Zone A or Group A eateries are the luxurious ones, that the ones that offer high-end meals, intercontinental meals, Chinese and all those things, and you know, that are quite expensive. I'm talking about places you go to and a glass of champagne is going for, you know how much they sell it, right? So these are the bougie places. If you have that bougie money, you can go to these places. So the Group B are the semi-bougie restaurants like Dolphin offers very nice meals, but from 1,500 naira and above. So a lot of people see these places as like a no-go area for them, because like 1,500 is too much for them. But if it's not too much for you, you can go there. I enjoy eating there because their meals are like out of this world. I enjoy eating their food. Then the group C are the average Joe restaurants, where you can actually walk in with at least 800 naira or even less and have a decent meal. I'm not talking about just a decent meal, very nice tasty meal. I'm talking about places like Ntachi, places like Open Sheraton in New Haven, and also Mamo Ine Eatery. These places are quite affordable and they have nice meals as well. Now group D are the roadside bookers, like the mama put and all that can give you food for as low as 300 or even 250 and less, and you are satisfied. So whatever your budget is, Enugu can cater for you. And in addition to this, there are also a lot of online vendors that make nice meals that can deliver to your doorstep, to your office, or to whatever. So all of these are quite very available in Enugu, my city. Now moving away from feeding, let's head over to water. How is water supply in Enugu? Water in Enugu, a lot of people do not like talking about it, but the truth is that there is no water in Enugu. Not like Enugu is dry, but there is no abundance of water here in Enugu. We are enjoying right now because it is rainy season. Once it's dry season, children hear it, because most of these children, especially in the group B, especially in the zone B and zone C area, go to far places in search of water. So now let me tell you something about water in Enugu. We depend heavily on wells, boreholes sometimes, and then mostly on tankers to provide us water. These tankers go to Nightlife to bring potable water back in the city and then resell to us, the residents. So if you're even looking for a business opportunity to invest in Enugu, you should be looking towards water supply. It is not an untapped area. People are going into that business, but it is something you can also go into and make a lot of money, because there is no water here. 500 gallons of GP tank, you can buy it during rainy season right now. You can buy like 2,000 naira, and sometimes depending on the size of your family, it could last you from 2 weeks to a month. For us, it's 2 weeks. Now during dry season, it increases to at least 3,500 or 3,000, depending on who your seller is. Now places like zone B and zone C, they depend heavily on well, so they draw water from the well and all that. So this is how they get water here in Enugu. So basically, Enugu do not have abundance of water. So if you are trying to move into Enugu, please check well, ask questions very well, know the area you're going to and how they obtain water there, and set aside a certain amount of money to get you water. Okay, for drinking water, a lot of people depend on sachet water and the water from Nightlife. Some people drink it, some do not, but it all boils down to personal choice. But like I said, we clean up nice. It's not like we don't bathe, it's not like we don't have pools and all that, but there is no excess water. You cannot waste water here in Enugu. Okay, now moving away from water, the next important part is education. This part focuses more on people who are coming in with their children. I don't know if you've heard, but Enugu is like the center of education in the southeast or in the whole of Nigeria. We have a lot of schools, private universities, government universities, and all that. But right now I'm focusing on the elementary schools. Schools in Enugu are also based on the housing zoning that I gave. There are schools in Enugu. You can get schools for as low as 5,000 naira per term to as high as 1 million naira per term. I'm talking about Mia Mate Elizabeth High School. That school is like the most expensive in Enugu, but it gives you the value for your education, guys. Then there are other schools that still charge like 750, 500, 600k per term, and they also give you the best. So it depends on the location where the school is situated, and it also depends on the target audience. Who are these schools catering for? So if they are looking at the middle class people, their prices will be low. They're also looking for the upper class, so it all depends. And most of these schools give value for the money you're paying, while some do not. So it boils down, make your research, make deep inquiries. It's not about wasting millions of naira on education. Are they really doing what they ought to do? Okay, but then for government schools in Enugu, is very affordable. For primary school, they do not pay school fees. I think they just have to submit brooms, soap, and tissue paper each them, and that settles it for them. But for secondary school, they pay and all that. So education in Enugu is same thing as what's obtainable in other parts of the world. In other parts of the country. So if you ever hear someone living in Enugu saying I pay 750k to 1 million naira per term, do not doubt the person. I'm saying this because a lot of people feel that Enugu and other eastern states in Nigeria are like one local ecosystem like that. Like we've not even seen the bright light of development or modernization and all that. So I don't know who's giving you guys this sort of crap, but it is false and you should drop that belief. All right, so I'm moving away from education. The next thing is job. I'm talking about job. Are there really jobs in Enugu? Enugu is not that state that has job flying up and down. Like if you're coming here looking to get a job that will pay you maybe 750k per month or even 200k per month with NHIS, that is health insurance, give you a house, give you a car, like who is your daddy? Like I need to know, is your dad like your daddy? No, you can't find such jobs here. If you're a young person trying to move into Enugu, just prepare your mind that you have to first of all start with a 30,000 naira per month job, then you make your way. That is if you do not have connections. But the good news is this: there are lots of youths, young people doing nice things, like creating jobs. The tech industry here in Enugu is growing, and that is one thing I am proud of. Okay, so if you're a resilient person, if you're a hardworking person, if you're if you have vision, if you're a visionary, you're going to survive here. And Enugu is not different from any other states where the government is trying all their best to make sure that every effort of the young Nigerian youths that are not even helping in any way, that they push us to the wall, like they crash us and like we can't even talk. So we experience what every other state experienced. The whole night post thing going on with the logistics company, it's also taking effect here. Government's not being supportive, like crazy tax and all that, they also experience it here. So that's why I said if you are resilient, you would actually cope here, to actually survive here. But don't come here looking to find a 1 million naira job. But maybe it's just my opinion, no, but if you're watching this video and you have such jobs here in Enugu, please hook your baby girl up. I don't mind dropping my camera and doing a 9 to 5, okay? So but that is just what it is here. There are lots of there are lots of private firms coming up and all that. That's why I said prepare your mind at least for 30k per month job until you climb the steps, know your ways around and all that. So and businesses do thrive. If you're looking to start up a business, it's going to thrive. But like I said, you have to be resilient because Enugu is no different from other states. We are not receiving any kind of special help from the governor or the government. In fact, they're all joining forces with other parts of the world or other parts of the country to make sure that the youth or whatever it is we are doing, they will have a way to chook their eyes into it and try to kill it. So but we never say never. That is just the spirit here, guys. Let's get into the Oringo parts, the nightlife. Guys, Enugu has a decent nightlife. As a matter of fact, a lot of people refer to Enugu as a shopping state, like a state where you go make your money elsewhere, you come back here and eat your money. That is not a lie. That is because there are lots of hotels here, a lot of bars, a lot of lounges, a lot of places that will eat your money. So if you're looking for a good nightlife, Enugu has it. And the security in the state, so far so good. It's not it's okay. You can at least go out at night and be sure that you can get back home without men of the underworld stopping you, taking your cars and all that. But like I said, Enugu is not a saint state to get, so I'm not saying you should run around at night and all that, but it is rare. It occurs quite rare. It's not like a constant thing. Security here is okay. Nice life here is. So moving away from security, I'll be talking about the social life of Enugu. How sociable are in the Enugu? The Enugu are actually very sociable. We have a communal life. We welcome people. We can help you. We speak a lot of Igbo. We speak a lot of English, but predominantly we speak Igbo here because this is an Igbo state. But talking about the social life, Enugu, if you're a young person, it might be hard for you to crack into the social system here in Enugu. Reason being that a lot of Enugu youth and even the older adults move in cliques. So you can go to an event and you're sitting alone, not because you're not a beautiful girl or you're not good looking, but because you did not go to Federal Enugu, you did not go to HRC, you did not go to University Primary School or Secondary School. So there is this clique of in the church and the boy, you know, and all that. So it is actually very difficult sometimes to crack in. But if you're so persistent that I want to make friends, the best place to go to start making friends and meeting people, first of all, House on the Rock Church. Yes, I said what I said. A lot of people have confessed to me that they go to that church simply to either make friends, get job connects, or you know, other things except seeking the face of God. I'm not judging, but that is what I heard. That is what they told me. Another place is Opera Square. Go there and start jogging, or go to other gyms. You are definitely going to meet people. Another place is Twitter. Join the Enugu Twitter. Just join Twitter and indicate you're in Enugu. Retweet people's tweets, be active, engage, and all that. Before you know it, you have a lot of friends on your list. And if you also want me to be your friend, just tell me. If you're a nice person with if you're ambitious and honest, I don't like liars, we're gonna have a good time being friends. All right guys, so another thing I forgot to add is the road network, because road network is another important factor a lot of people consider before moving into a city. Enugu has a good road network. There are lots of good tarred roads that are well linked and connected to one another. So if you are planning on moving here, you don't have to be scared about ruining your car's bonnet. Ruining your car's exhaust or the underneath of your car, because the roads, most are good while some are pretty bad and needs urgent government attention. Another thing, for emphasis sake, Enugu has malls. I'm saying this because of those of you that feel Enugu is a small village that nothing happens in it. Here we have ShopRite, we have games, we have Spa, we have KFC, we have Max, Pep, Domino's, Coldstone, and you know, all those brands. So if you're planning on moving down here, you're welcome. You won't be missing out on your favorite brands, because all of them are here. Even beauty brands like Casabella and all that are all here in Enugu. So guys, I am inside a keke right now recording this file because it's about raining. Everywhere is pretty dark, and I remember that I've not filmed here. So that is the consistency. That is me giving you quality content. So that is that. And an extra tip is that Enugu is a small town. We basically know ourselves. So it's possible for you to go into the mall and you meet people from your lineage, your ancestors, your compound people, your street people, your estate people, and all that. But then if you also want to live a very private life, it is very, very possible here. Like I told you, everything happening in other states happen here. We have a lot of online vendors who are ready to serve you, from your clothes, from laundry, from doing your laundry to getting your food, to doing a whole lot of things. So if you don't, even if you don't want to leave your house, there are people, there are firms, there are startups that are ready to take care of every need without you stressing yourself, without you meeting nobody, without you knowing nobody. So everything obtainable in other states are here, and this is where we draw the curtain on today's vlog. Guys, my mouth is paining me. I'm not sure I've talked this long for a very long time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it very helpful, and I hope it answered a few of your questions if you're looking to move into Enugu. So guys, if there are other things you want me to talk about, or you feel I missed, drop it in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends and your family, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Thank you guys. I forgot to show you my braid in the last video, but this is the braid. It's actually very long. It gets to my butt when I leave it, so I just had to pack it for this look, for this video, because I feel like my face sort of rhymes with the dress like this. And guys, do you remember this dress? So guys, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. I know I can always count on you guys. So bye.